Hi, good afternoon. Nandito ako ngayon sa UP Oval, Academic Oval. I just had my 5-kilometer run and I'm very happy about it. I have a good time and just happy to start the week energetically. This will be a start of many runs this week. Just happy to run. It's an opportunity for me to say my prayers and do my affirmations. Okay, I'm on my way back to UP Town Center where I parked my car, and I hope they will allow me to pass through the vehicles entrance as I am so sweaty and I don't want to pass through the mall. Now while going back, let me share to you some stories which happened to me last week. Well, I had several deliveries, several orders, and most of them are aloe vera drinks. It's the aloe gel and the aloe berry nectar, and most of the cases are because of acid reflux. I know I've already shared to you, I don't know if I already did, but let me share to you again my thoughts on acid reflux. First, we need to establish that the acid in our body resides in the stomach. That's the house of the acid. That is where hydrochloric acid is produced, and this is basically used to digest, more particularly proteins. Now, so acid should just be staying inside the stomach. Okay, now let's talk about acid reflux. Acid reflux is a condition where acid travels up your esophagus and sometimes even reaching your throat and your mouth. Now, that is not normal. Again, acid should only be staying in the stomach, because it is the stomach, only the stomach, which is designed to hold that strong hydrochloric acid. Alright, now when it travels outside of the stomach, it burns everything that it touches. That's why you feel pain. You see, the esophagus is not designed to hold that strong hydrochloric acid. You see, the pH of that acid is around 1.5 to 2, and that's very strong. It will burn your skin when it touches your skin. So now let me just okay, I changed my hands. Pagod na eh. Yan, yes, now. Okay, now where are we? Where were we? Okay, so we've talked about the acid, and then where acid resides, and then what acid reflux is. Now, okay, what has always been done? How is acid reflux approached by the medical industry, by most of us? We tend to focus on the acid. That's why most of the medicine prescribed are antacids. I think that's a wrong approach, simply because an acid is a natural production. It's needed by your body, especially when you digest. So if you don't have a strong acid, you won't be able to digest. You see, we have two gates in the stomach. One is the cardiac sphincter. This is the one that connected to your esophagus. This is where the food enters. Next, we have the pyloric sphincter, or the pyloric valve. This is the gate down below, connecting to your duodenum. Now, when the food enters, the cardiac sphincter opens, and after the food enters, it closes, because that is the natural state of that cardiac muscle, of that cardiac sphincter muscle. It's normally closed. Okay. Now, digestion happens. A strong hydrochloric acid helps fasten the digestion. Now, the pyloric valve, upon sensing that digestion is over, it opens up and lets the digested food pass through to the duodenum and small intestine, where it will be absorbed. Okay, if you do not have a strong acid due to antacids, the pyloric valve senses that and it will not open up, simply because it knows that when the stomach has a high pH or a weak acid, digestion will not happen. See, the body is so perfect, it won't hurt you. Now, so the antacid is actually the wrong approach, I believe. Now, my approach is this. The question is, why does the acid come out of the stomach, going up? Why is the gate open? Why is the cardiac sphincter open? That is the question. You know, again, the acid should only be staying in the stomach, and the cardiac sphincter should always be closed. Whenever we're stressed, muscles flex and that cardiac sphincter opens. So from among so many people that I've talked to with acid reflux, everything started with stress. But the issue here is, after several days, it should be closed again. But what happens, or what happened to most of those people I've talked to, they have the acid reflux for several years already. Why? Because the muscle doesn't close again. The muscle doesn't close anymore. That is the second question, vital question. Why doesn't it close anymore? That is now what I will consider a symptom of mineral deficiency. You see, mineral is very, very important. Minerals are very, very important every day. Every day. It's very important in our diet now. And magnesium is one of those minerals that is vital, because it's a muscle relaxant. You see, the reason why the muscle is not closing anymore is because it can't relax anymore. It's low. You're probably low. I'm sure you're low in magnesium. The way I see it now, most of us are minerally deficient. We don't get to replenish our minerals anymore. Before, during maybe even up to the 1940s and earlier than that, most of the only water that our ancestors drink are all mineral waters. They all come from spring, so it's definitely a mineral water, no matter how low, but it has minerals. And of course, many natural produce vegetables, fruits. So again, many minerals there. But today, especially here in the cities, mineral waters are not there anymore. Maybe there are, but it's very expensive, and those with high minerals are rare to find. Most of our waters today are just purified and distilled water. So that source of minerals is already gone. More so, what's left is the fruits and vegetables, or any whole food plant-based diet. That's the only source of our minerals. So the problem is, if you don't eat plants, if you don't eat vegetables, then and you don't have the water source already, you're definitely deficient in minerals. And that's the reason why nowadays there are a lot who have an acid reflux. Okay, so now I'm close to UP Town. I'll just be closing this with my tips on how to approach acid reflux. One is do no harm. First is do no harm. We should avoid acid forming foods: wheat, all breads, dairy, refined sugar, meat, processed food, because these are all acid forming. Again, if the gate is open, you don't want to add more acids there. So that's the first, do no harm. Second would be to drink water properly. Just drink water in between meals, meaning if you've had your breakfast at 7, you start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning until probably, if you're going to have lunch at 12, until 11:30. You don't need, please don't drink 30 minutes before a meal. That weakens your acid. And don't drink during a meal. Again, that weakens the acid, that dilutes it. And it is best to drink an hour after your meal. Okay, so if you will be doing that, you will be having a strong acid while to be for digestion, and your pyloric valve will open up faster and to flush out everything from the stomach, and that makes you feel lighter and makes your acid much smaller in amount, in volume. All right, so that's it. And then take a lot of whole food plant-based diet, because these are full of minerals, which helps alkalize you, makes your acid weaker. Okay, it's raining now, and then I recommend the supplement of aloe vera. It has a lot of minerals, very powerful healer. Will heal all those burnt parts touched by the acid outside of the stomach, in the esophagus until your throat. And that's it. Aloe vera can really help heal those burned parts of your esophagus, and again can help neutralize the acid in your stomach. So don't drink it during meals. And then it can provide the magnesium, the minerals, especially magnesium. Alright, so take care always, and bye bye. Now approaching UP Town Center. Bye bye.